All right.
Boom.
Year anniversary.
Boom, we're live.
Happy 1
Year
year.
anniversary of MMA
Year anniversary
Complete
today?
Today.
Is that why you got pizzas?
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Did you really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's for the pod,
Damn,
man.
I forgot, bro. Respect. Holy shit.
Fuck yeah. Yeah, so we've been doing this for a year now. MMA Complete. When
Wow.
we first started, the first event that we did was UFC 251, I believe. Because it was right after COVID. You know, the COVID pandemic, I think, stopped UFC events from mid-March, obviously, till about May or June.
Yeah, they were the first to pick it up and
I
quit.
want to say 251 was Usman Masvidal 1. And that was the first pay-per-view we did. Pretty sure. Speaking of pay-per-views, coming live this Saturday night, UFC 263, main evented by Israel Adesanya versus Marvin Vettori, co-main evented by the Flyweight Championship between Davison Figueiredo and Brandon Moreno.
The co-main for the co-main.
Nate Diaz versus Leon Edwards.
Yes.
So we're going to be doing that live.
Co-main for the co-main.
As we do for every pay-per-view, we're going to be going live about 8 p.m. to 1 a.m. in the morning. Live reactions for every fight. We're going to go over our analysis. We're also going to be talking about bets that we do for the entire night. It's a good time. So make sure wherever you're watching this now, whether it be Fans Only Sports Facebook account, whether it be MMA Complete YouTube account, whether it be Naked Sports Facebook account, YouTube account, come check us out Saturday night at 8 p.m.
And if you want to check out our bets and what we're going to be betting on, check out MMA Complete Twitter, because we will be posting our bets on there.
Yep. Follow us on Twitter at complete_MMA. So, there's a lot of things we could talk about. It's a year anniversary.
What do you think's the most interesting out of those three fights that you named before?
Interesting?
Yeah.
Interesting
What
in
is the most?
aspect? Like, I don't know what's going to happen, or I'm most excited.
You don't know
for
what's
it.
going to happen. All aspects.
I think the one I don't know what's going to happen the most, which is crazy because it's the one with the deepest odds.
Well, something there.
Yeah.
So
With the biggest separation in odds is Leon Edwards and Nate Diaz. It's a fight that we've talked about a good amount.
yeah.
I know you've said before, we all know, like in the back of our head, we know that Leon Edwards is going to win.
Yeah.
And in the back of my head, it's like, not
Do
that.
I know?
They're correct.
You've seen him too many times. Nate Diaz.
Right. And
prosper
Leon
when he
Edwards
shouldn't have been able to.
Leon Edwards has beaten one guy. He hasn't beaten anybody in 2 years.
No.
He had a no
layoff.
contest.
Wow.
He looked good, sure.
He didn't look great though. If I'm
No,
being
he
honest.
didn't. And it was against Bilal Muhammad. And I think Nate Diaz is better than Bilal Muhammad.
Agreed.
So Nate Diaz is coming into this fight. His last fight was years ago. I got to look up when his last fight was.
Was it McGregor?
I think it was. No, it was Jorge Masvidal.
Yeah, for the
2
BMF
years
title.
ago,
I think so.
or a year and a half,
Almost 2 years.
year and a half.
About a year and a half.
Still
A little
better
bit
than
longer
Edwards.
than a year and a half that we haven't seen Nate Diaz. And I've been seeing a lot of things about him. He's been training with his brother Nick, obviously, and Jake Shields.
Really, Jake
Yeah.
Shields.
Here's one thing that I would talk about in this. If the fight stands, I waver it slightly towards Leon Edwards. He's younger. He's probably got a little bit more pace on him, even though Nate Diaz definitely has better cardio. I think Leon Edwards would be able to box Nate Diaz a little bit better. But if this goes to the ground, I think that Nate Diaz has this. Nate Diaz has always been a consummate wrestler. That's how we got Connor. And he's been training with Jake Shields, who's another Division I collegiate All-American wrestler.
Mhm.
So, yeah, I think that Nate Diaz will be able to handle it on the ground. But I don't know if it'll get there because Nate's going to have to push the pace, which is his normal MO. But being that he is 7 years older, 8 years older, whatever he is from Leon Edwards, I think Leon Edwards pushes the pace more.
Diaz is 36 now. Am I right?
Is he?
Yeah, I believe he's 36.
I'm not exactly sure.
He's
but that makes
still
sense.
he's still in the range of what I consider a capable athlete.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I like
36.
Nate Diaz
Excuse
can yeah, you can finish. Go ahead.
Oh, that's all I had to say. So,
Oh,
where we
yeah.
at?
No, if like Zach said, Nate Diaz can take him on the ground.
Mm-hmm.
His experience, he does not get knocked out. But that's what he does. He's a kind of a guy that will just keep punching you just so you can't breathe.
Right.
Yeah,
You know?
fresh
And
fighter.
he's that kind of guy that puts 50% in shots. He doesn't
Yeah.
put 80%. He puts 50%.
Yeah.
And then he'll just hit you 17 times in like 17 seconds.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's Nate Diaz. He's one of the biggest names in the sport. So that's one of the ones I'm probably most excited for.
He's been
I'm
into some
super
wars,
excited for that
man.
personally.
He's been into some wars.
Well,
If you had to pay to buy the pay-per-view to only watch one fight, Adesanya Vettori or Moreno Figueiredo? Which one would you
Moreno
have to watch?
Figueiredo.
Moreno
All day.
Figueiredo.
You think so?
Yes. I like Adesanya, and like I
He
like
just
his
fought.
style. His style's entertaining
Mhm.
to watch. But let's say he wins. I think he wins against Vettori early.
Right.
Let's say he loses. Vettori smothers him.
Right.
So
we're expecting another fight of the year performance between Figueiredo and Moreno.
I think Figueiredo picks him apart.
It's hard to do it two
think
times in a row, though. Have
Yeah.
that kind of fucking amazing fight.
Yeah, I don't
I
think
don't
it's
think
gonna. You can't top a mountain. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
you can't. There's a peak. You know, you can't go any further. That's been reached.
I agree.
I just think Figueiredo's gonna actually be able to finish him this time. And even if he doesn't win by decision, you know, he could have won that fight by decision if he didn't hit him in the nuts.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
Right. Figueiredo, like we might not have even
We might not
Seen
even
this.
be talking
seen
about
Brandon
this.
Moreno anymore. We might not have thought twice about his name.
Yeah, like we shouldn't even be talking about this if this guy didn't straight up kick him in the groin. Like the most
absolutely.
Yeah, it was
worst
bad
groin
groin
kick
kick.
ever.
Started
was.
coughing.
Oh,
Wasn't
bro.
pretty.
Have you guys seen this thing that Brandon Moreno
Won the
has?
round.
Brandon
Won the
Moreno
round.
has like the sponsorship with Lego.
No, I
Have you guys
didn't.
seen that?
No.
Yeah, like he's a bit. He either has a sponsorship or he's like he just likes Legos. Right. So there was this picture that was going around, circulating through Twitter about these two guys are both as dangerous, and one is Davison Figueiredo with no shirt and like two assault rifles
Mhm.
outside, and then you got Brandon Moreno who's like smiling in front of a bag of Legos.
Yeah, that's
It's
a
like
funny
they're both
picture.
the same shit.
Yeah.
And then Davison Figueiredo went to a Lego store with his assault rifle and was like pretending to mow it down. I thought that was
Whoa.
kind of funny.
That is kind of crazy. Yeah.
Figueiredo's the bad guy, dude. He's
Yeah,
the
he
bad
is.
Brazilian.
Oh yeah,
Right.
Moreno's definitely the fan.
Yeah, people.
He's
Like
the fan,
him, like as a
like-
he's the
person. better,
fan favorite
probably.
right now.
I mean, I like Figueiredo a lot just because I'm such a hardcore fan, though.
Yeah,
Because
'cause
that
he's a
guy
badass.
has, not only is he a badass, but if you want to talk about most complete fighters in MMA right now, you got John Jones, you got Kamaru Usman. Davison Figueiredo is right the fuck up there.
I think so. Yeah,
He
that's
is
a good
would
right
you
assessment.
up
would
there.
you put Adesanya up there?
No,
Khabib, but Khabib's retired. He's not even.
Eh.
in the UFC.
Khabib had
Khabib is
good
definitely
hands.
all around. He's definitely
Yeah.
all around. But if I'm talking about like the top 5 most all around, like well-rounded fighters, I don't think Khabib's up there because I think he got rocked a couple times standing.
and he's not active.
I don't know, man. The guy's only lost 2 rounds,
But that's
maybe
right.
2 rounds, or
But
he's won
he's-
every round.
But if you look at his history, all right, so in the UFC, he had something like 17 fights.
what I'm saying is Tabao. That fight controversial. Gonna leave it there.
What?
Tabao, he had a fight when you guys
Tibau?
yeah, Tibau. It was one of his earlier fights. He was 22 in the UFC,
Mhm.
and he got taken down twice. Khabib got taken down twice. This guy Tabau was on steroids, definitely, by the way. So he was huge. And Khabib's wrestling game, when he found somebody with a weight that was similar to his, couldn't take him down, man. He did not get one takedown on this man.
Mhm.
So watch the fight when you get home.
Yeah.
Khabib is another one of those fighters that, it was just like Figueiredo, like he weighed in at 155 and he was easily 175 when he walked into that octagon. He was a big lightweight, huge.
Yeah, he can't even cut the weight anymore. That's why him and GSP got offered a fight, and it was for 165, not 155.
Yeah.
Non-title, just a
Yeah,
fight.
Ali Abdelaziz, I hope I'm saying that
Yeah.
right, is the agent for a lot of UFC fighters.
4,000.
A lot of
4,000.
them. And he said,
Yeah.
4,000 fighters.
Something like crazy. No, maybe not. I think
He's
maybe
literally like-
400 or
like-
something.
Usman, Khabib, John Jones, like a shit ton of fighters. Is this
Mhm.
guy's agent? And he came out and said that Khabib signed papers, gave him the Dana. Dana presented it to GSP. GSP said he didn't want to fight him.
This was
GSP accepted the fight. Khabib said he didn't want to fight. That is the truth.
I saw something
So,
that said
you
Abdelaziz.
guys are both right.
No, it was on
Coach.
Mike Tyson Hotbox.
GSP did it earlier, like when Khabib was still in his career.
Yeah, I'm talking about like in the
Recent.
last 2 months.
Yeah, this is
Yeah.
true for both of you.
So, and you never know because Ali, that's part of his job is to promote his fighters.
Mm.
So he could be stretching the truth. But anyway, we're getting off topic. Although I do,
we've been off topic.
although
a
I
while
do
ago.
like the conversation. It poses an interesting conversation that I would like to have at some point. We can talk about UFC 263 for a while.
Yeah.
But the most well-rounded fighters in the UFC, not the best, but just the guys that have great jiu-jitsu, amazing boxing, can wrestle with everybody, have great clinch work.
Yeah.
That's an interesting conversation I'd like to have.
Yeah.
Nate Diaz is up there.
Pretty much just describe
Nate Diaz is definitely up
His
there.
clinch work is even
You know
great.
what's weird? You know who I was thinking of when I said this? Obviously, you got guys like GSP.
I was thinking
You got
Kamaru
guys
Usman.
like Anderson Silva. Kamaru Usman, we already said. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Kamaru Usman, if I had to put
He's the
money
most
on...
Right.
I
He's
would
the
say
best
he is
fighter
the
in the
most
UFC.
well-rounded fighter right now.
Right now. Not a question.
And the only reason I don't say it's John Jones is because, and I know he has great jiu-jitsu, but John Jones's jiu-jitsu is never really on full display.
No.
Like, you don't know who his last person he tapped out was. It was probably Vitor in like 2013. You know, when he got him in the fucking Kimura.
Mhm.
That was probably his last
He
submission.
still has good ground game.
No, absolutely.
That's not dissing
But
his
when
ground game.
I look at when I look at mixed martial arts, I look at 4 different zones. I look at boxing, clinch, wrestling, jiu-jitsu. And John Jones definitely has all of them. But his jiu-jitsu just hasn't been shown a lot recently.
Yeah. He's more of an offensive wrestler, too. So it's kind of tough to see him on his back, really.
So who do you think is the most well-rounded UFC fighter of all time?
It might be Kamaru.
It might be Khabib or GSP.
I was going to say GSP or Kamaru.
They're
Or
the same.
Kamaru.
GSP and Kamaru are the same fucking fighter.
They are and they're not. I would say GSP's wrestling's better. Kamaru's boxing is better.
Their jabs are equal because Usman's jab is only getting fucking better.
Usman's
because
jab
he-
is maybe
I know
the
his
best
coach-
jab I've
getting
ever
better.
seen.
His new coach is Trevor Whitman.
But I like GSP's stance better at the same time. It's a little longer.
I also had a weird one. I thought Frank Mir was in there. When I was first saying that, I was thinking Frank Mir. Back in the day, heavyweights, he was like...
Most well-rounded.
Brock Lesnar was up there too, man.
Steroids.
That was back in the day where there wasn't a whole shit ton of competition, and that was just at the beginning of people starting to learn all of the fields instead of just being specialists.
Yeah.
Like when Brock Lesnar came to prominence, he fought Randy Couture for the title. All props to Randy Couture, Hall of Famer, love the guy, but he was a wrestler.
He was the first double champ.
He wasn't.
Randy Couture?
He had not at the same time though. He had the
No,
light
he didn't do
heavyweight
it
belt and the
simultaneously.
heavyweight belt, but not at the same time.
Oh, okay.
It's funny. Randy Couture was a Navy boxer.
Yeah.
And that's where he
Gold
first got
gloves.
into MMA. But when he started training MMA, he went to a wrestling gym, and that's all he ever did. So if you look at his fights against Tim Sylvia, Brock Lesnar, Heath Herring, Frank Mir, and Stefan Struve,
Yeah.
wrestles all of them.
He was great, dude.
And then he gets into Brock Lesnar, and Brock Lesnar is a fucking he's an
300
all-American wrestler. Like
Yeah.
maybe at that time the best wrestler to ever go into the UFC.
Yeah.
And he just stuffs every single one, puts that
Dude, his
ham of a fist into his, and that was it.
his wrestling was horrifying. Like
It
you'd watch
was.
Brock Lesnar against Frank Mir, double leg, just pick him up
Right.
fucking
the
like
second time,
His-
even the first time.
Yeah.
The first time he ever fought Frank Mir, he took him down like nothing. He got
His-
caught, but he took him down like nothing.
he didn't have the jiu-jitsu.
Frank Mir was probably letting him do that because he knew he would get him on the ground.
But
the
Brock
toe.
Lesnar's back.
The toe.
Yeah, he did. He got him in a nice footlock early, 45 seconds into that fight.
Fucking hilarious.
Those were trippy times, man. That was when I was first getting into the UFC. Like
We're
I
a little
remember,
off track here.
yeah, I know, but I kind of like this. Like we can talk about the pay-per-view at the back half.
Yeah.
By the way, I don't know if you guys are down, but we could go past an hour because we didn't do the first hour today. So if you guys want,
I'm cool with it.
We'll see.
That was when I first started watching UFC. Was the second fight of Brock Lesnar and Frank Mir. Because the first fight was like in 2006 or 7 or something. Yeah, I think it was 2006. And then Obviously-
Spike TV.
obviously Lesnar gets a couple more fights. He becomes bigger. He wins the belt. And then the second fight, I believe, was UFC 100. Pretty sure it was UFC 100. That was also George St. Pierre versus Josh Koscheck.
Yeah.
No,
was it
Koscheck
one
is.
or two? Because they
I
had
don't
a couple fights.
Right, I don't remember.
Probably
that
not.
was like the biggest selling pay-per-view for a very long time, and I watched that fight.
GSP, by the way, was able to take down Koscheck easily.
Oh my God, he ragdolled him.
Easily, who was also an All-American,
Yes, he
All-American
was.
wrestler.
That was an Ultimate Fighter coaching, right? GSP
Yeah.
versus Koscheck was.
Yep.
Speaking of that, that's coming back to
Yeah, that should be coming up soon, right?
Ortega.
Let's hope they can
versus
put the same heart into it.
Volkanovski.
I don't think they will. I think both of them have such a same like arrogance to them
Yeah.
that they're not going to get in each other's faces. They're going to be like, whatever, dude, I'll see you in the octagon. I'll fuck you up. Oh, I'm going to beat you. No, I'm going to beat you. And then they're just going to be talking, this far away from each other.
Who knows? Volkanovski might be funny as fuck.
I think Volkanovski's going to.
Yeah, I definitely think Volkanovski will beat Ortega.
Might have to bet the deed on that.
I'm rooting Ortega, so I can't agree there. But I like Volkanovski.
I'm more excited to see the fighters now.
So Ortega's
It's going to be like the contender series, but
Yeah.
we're actually going to see them have multiple fights.
And the house. They're all going to be in the fucking house.
Is it going to be a reality TV
Yep.
show? I didn't know if they were going
Yep.
to switch it up a little bit and not do the reality
pull
aspect
pranks.
of it.
Yeah.
All right, that's cool.
Yeah.
I figured that they wouldn't do
I
that.
got I think Volkanovski's gonna win that easily. It's not easily, but Ortega's second fight back in 2.5 years, and you're going up against a champ.
Listen, it's
I don't know.
He's got a
in
chance.
MMA.
Oh no, he definitely has a chance.
In
but-
MMA logic, Volkanovski should handedly beat him because he beat Holloway twice, and Ortega suffered maybe the worst loss of anybody in UFC history to Holloway.
Yeah.
So bing bada boom, A beats B, B beats C, A has to beat C.
Except for Calvin Pintar.
Except for, well, yes,
Is
obviously.
that fight scheduled?
No, it's not scheduled yet because I think they're going to see how long the Ultimate Fighter goes for. I don't think they know yet. I would guess it's going to be something like UFC 268, 269.
He was on Joe Rogan. He's fucking hilarious.
Volkanovski.
Volkanovski.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's why I think he might actually be good for the show.
Yeah, no, definitely.
All right, we're going to take a quick commercial break. We'll be right back to watch MMA Complete Podcast number 50, 1 year anniversary.
Happy 1 year.
We
Hell
will
yeah.
be right back. All right, so we're back. MMA Complete live on Fans Only Sports, Naked Sports. Go check out nakedsports.com and fansonlysports.com. So UFC 263 is coming up this weekend. 2 days away.
2
From
days.
The middleweight in the flyweight championship of the world and a pretty sick rest of the main card.
Mm-hmm.
Filling out the main card, we
Yeah,
have
prelims.
Nate Diaz versus Leon Edwards. We have Bilal Muhammad versus Damian Maia, and we have Jamal Hill versus Paul Craig. Which Hill versus Paul Craig is not getting enough love that I think it deserves. I think that's a very interesting matchup between two even guys. Jamal Hill is a stand-up
agree.
striker
Agree.
with a weakness on the ground. Paul Craig is a ground fighter with a weakness standing. Jamal Hill's younger. Jamal Hill has never been beaten. And Paul Craig needs a good win because he's had wins over not great people, except for Mauricio Hua when he was 38, and he's lost against anybody good. So I think Paul Craig has a lot to prove here, and Jamal Hill could continue or could really ramp up a rise in the light heavyweight division.
Yeah, and these two, by the way, there's a little bit of drama in the embedded series. They got in each other's face.
Oh, did they?
Oh, yeah.
Brandon Moreno was just trying to sign some posters. I think they were actually talking about Legos, and then you just hear them yelling at each other in the background. And I'm kind of excited for that fight now that I've seen that piece.
Dude, I
Christ,
like
dude.
Paul Craig, dude.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't think
I
the
wouldn't.
number's the number, but I mean,
I don't know if I put any on him, but
might have to go back.
We do just have a ton. There's a ton of good fights.
Yeah,
Carlos
Chase
Felipe,
Hooper.
Carlos Felipe, Jake Collier, Chase Hooper, Steven Peterson, Matt Favola, Terrence McKinney. That's just on the early prelims.
Yeah, the heavyweight match is interesting.
Then we got Lauren Murphy versus Joanne
that one I'm
Calderwood.
excited for.
Yes.
We have Mavsar Ivalov, who is 14-0 versus Hakeem Dawoudi. Dawuda,
Oh boy,
12-1-1.
Dober too.
Drew Dober, Brad Riddell,
Drew-
Eric
I like-
Anders, Darren
I
Stewart.
remember Eric Anders. Where did we see him before? He's probably in one of the early prelims.
He was supposed to fight, I think, but something happened and he got rescheduled.
He had a fight in the Edwards Muhammad card that with the same guy, Darren Stewart. That was a no contest.
wow,
So
2-0
2020.
contest.
He
That was
also
a fall-
lost
that
to
was a
Christoph
bad fall.
Jocko in May of 2020. Before
Oh,
that, yeah, he beat our boy.
that's where
He
it's
beat our
from.
boy. Yeah.
Gay garden Musasi.
So we talked like the last card. The last card I thought had an okay main card. I thought there was some
Yeah.
There was definitely some cancellations. The last UFC 262 is the one that there was a shit ton of cancellations. So that main card wasn't the best.
But
This main card,
it was quick.
this main
though.
card, I think will be very
It
good.
was over at 11 o'clock. Like we
Mhm.
had time to like chill after. Like that was sick. And,
Yeah,
like,
that was nice.
I'm also interested in this Damian Maia Bilal Muhammad fight. Damian Maia's 43 years old, which is crazy.
So can I
I
point something out?
Picked Bilal Muhammad.
This might be Damian Maia's last fight.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's a good assessment.
No, and no, it's like it really might. He might retire after this fight or whatever. He's 43 years old. If you look at the people that have lost and gone against good opponents in their last fights, they've lost the fight. So I mean, I actually like Bilal Muhammad a lot.
So Bilal
could finish
Muhammad,
him. I think it could be TKO by Bilal Muhammad.
Bilal Muhammad, his last 5 fights is 4-0-1. The one being on loss to Leon Edwards. Before that, he lost to Jeff Neal, a totally really good light heavyweight or welterweight.
I think he's middleweight.
Welterweight.
So Bilal Muhammad wins consist of Curtis Melender, Takashi Sato. Takashi Sato's decent. Lehman Good, never heard of him.
Never heard of him either.
Diego Lima, never heard of him. And then he obviously had the no contest with Leon Edwards. So I'm not
How is this
totally
guy ranked
impressed
this
with
high?
Bilal
then?
Muhammad because he's beaten all the guys that aren't ranked, which is good,
Yeah,
but
he's ranked what?
14.
14. Oh, okay.
He beat Tim Means, he beat Jordan Main, he beat Randy Brown all in 1 year.
And you know what? I think Damian Maia's name, because of how old he is, I think he's up there, man. I think he's around that league. Like
I think
he
this
ain't
will
no
be
Leon Edwards, but I mean,
It depends. Like Damian Maia literally is one of the greatest jiu-jitsu artists ever in the UFC. So if this fight goes to the ground, it could be over quick. But that's the same thing we said about Jacare. And then he
Yeah.
lost to I can't remember that guy's
an
name.
armbar or something.
no, I didn't think Jacare was gonna win that fight.
No, I know, but what was that guy's name?
It's a good question. Zach.
I bet on him.
You do
too,
not
I'm
remember.
sorry, I don't
He
remember.
broke his shoulder.
Yeah. Fuck. Can't remember.
Andrew Muniz.
Andrew Muniz. That's right.
By the way, Jairzinho Rosenstrike beat Augusto Sakai via first round TKO last week. Marcin Tibura beat Walt Harris by a first round TKO last week as
Damn,
well.
I should have fucking bet.
You wanted Walt Harris, I thought, didn't you?
did.
Yeah.
Did he win?
No.
Oh, good. I'm glad I didn't bet.
Yeah, we're good. Technical difficulties. We're gonna carry on.
How long was it like that?
Well, we can go back to the main. Show, we're good. We're good.
I don't want to know though.
Don't worry about it.
What do you mean?
So we can go back to the main card. How about that? Actually, we could take a quick commercial break. Thank you everybody for tuning in. Make sure you tune in this weekend as we do live reactions for UFC 263, as we do for all UFC pay-per-views. We're going to be going live from about 8 p.m. to 1 a.m. in the morning. The main event is Adesanya versus Vettori. We also got the rematch of the fight of the year last year, Figueiredo Moreno. So it's going to be a great night. We're going to be probably pissed because of all the bets we lose, and probably going to be happy because of all the bets we win. So make sure you come check us out. Leave comments. You can follow us on Twitter to see what we're betting on, and just talk to us through the show at @complete_MMA. So yeah, thank you everybody for tuning in. We'll be right back. And we're back. Boom, we're live.
Boom, we're live.
We've been talking about UFC 263. We've been getting off topic here. We've been kind of I don't even know how long we were live for. So
I think it was only a couple.
I want to talk about not only UFC 263. Actually, let's save that for the end because we've already been talking about it a little bit. We can go over our official predictions, everything like that soon.
Yeah, we start from the beginning.
So right now, what I want to do is talk about some of the fights coming up in the next coming weeks, because we haven't looked at any of these. Almost none of these.
Yeah.
You guys know any fights that are coming up in the next couple weeks?
No.
No.
You know what I mean? Chang Sung Jung
Nick.
versus Dan Ige next week.
Yeah.
That's going to be a good fight. And Korean Zombie needs a win to get back in the winning column. So I think that'll be a good fight. I think that Dan Ige will actually win.
Me too. I like Danny Gay.
Yeah, Chan Sung Jung has a 1-inch reach advantage.
don't
Next
care.
week, there's a couple decent fights. You got Oleski Oleinik,
Yeah,
Tim
Oleinik.
Means, Marlon Vera, Matt Brown.
Wow.
So there's a decent amount of names,
Oleinik.
but not any good
Oleski Oleinik.
names.
Matt Brown's still fighting.
59, 15, and 1.
Week after that, we have Cyril Gain versus Alexander Volkov. That I'm excited for. That I think is going to be a really good fight.
Love a Volkov fight.
We also have Oven St. Preux fighting. Rayoni Barcelos. Shavkat Rachmanov is fighting again.
That's
That's
guy.
our boy.
Hey, we're telling you right now.
Shavkat Rachmanov.
I haven't looked up this opponent of his, but
Wow.
He's fighting a 39-year-old. And
yeah,
he has a 10-inch reach advantage on him.
Holy shit. What is this guy's numbers
He's
right
6.
now? Will we bet the deed?
Oh, I might put the deed on Shavkat Rachmanov, and my good name is here. Shavkat Rachmanov
Please be
is the
plus
guy.
100.
So this is June 26th.
Oh, shit.
There's no fucking way that he
Yeah, it is. It is on there.
No, but there's no way that he's the underdog.
Oh, yeah, he's definitely the underdog. You gotta have faith.
This is too far out to even put money on. I think.
We gotta get that while it's hot.
Yeah.
We gotta get that while it's hot.
So that's going.
Steamy.
So that's going to be UFC 260, or that's June 26th. July 10th.
That gets good.
That's UFC 264. July 10th is the big one. Dustin Poirier, Conor McGregor.
Ooh, yeah, baby. That's
Gilbert
the one
Burns.
that's coming up.
Gilbert Burns, Stephen Thompson.
Tai Tuivasa.
Sean O'Malley, Louis Smolka.
Yes.
Nico Price, Michael Pereira.
Yo, Zach,
That's a good fight.
you gotta go back up.
Sean Brady, Kevin Lee.
Tai Tuivasa, Greg Hardy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that one's a good one. I'm not. Tai Tuivasa's gonna fuck
Well,
up
we
Greg
bet.
Hardy.
I think
Tai
he's
Tuivasa's gonna
slugging.
fuck up Greg Hardy.
Tai Tuivasa's gonna fuck him up.
It's
I
Robert
definitely-
Whitaker's teammate right
You
there.
got Tai Tuivasa in
Yep.
that? All right, wait. What's the number?
Omari Akhmedov versus Brad Tavares. I will give you $1 if you pronounce that name.
Oh, that's
Awesome.
the only one.
This guy, you pronounced it last time.
I can't.
Is this?
Can
did
I want me to
pronounce it?
attempt?
Yeah,
want
you
me to
did.
attempt?
Yeah, I do.
Zaggle?
Zoggles?
Zagolis? I don't know. I don't know, dude. I don't know.
Zalgas
Zalgosh?
Jumagulov.
I don't believe that.
Zalgas Jumagulov. Magomed.
Magomed
Magomed.
Sharapov.
So UFC 264 has a shit ton of interesting fights. stacked with interesting fights. Yana Kunitskaya is fighting Irene Aldana. That's a good fight.
Sean O'Malley, good to see him fighting.
Nico
again.
Price, Michael Pereira is really interesting. Kevin Lee, Sean Brady is kind of interesting because Sean Brady's 14-0 and Kevin Lee's good. Kevin Lee has a 5-inch reach advantage in that fight.
Really, 5 inches long.
Conor McGregor has a 2-inch reach advantage on Dustin Poirier.
Doesn't matter. Like it's one of those situations.
I don't know.
By the way, I know we're going to talk about it a bunch.
What's gonna
I know. I just want to hear your picks. I got Conor McGregor.
So does he.
I got McGregor.
I got Poirier.
You got Poirier?
Yeah,
Champion, real champions come back.
Absolutely.
No, though. I don't know. We'll see.
You're going through.
July 17th,
Ooh.
Max Holloway, Yair Rodriguez.
Ooh, Max Holloway, 100%.
Islam Makhachev versus Thiago Moises.
I got
Misha Tate.
Islam Makhachev is finally
Misha
fighting.
Tate versus Marlon Renault.
Ooh.
Misha Tate.
That's a huge fight night.
Yeah.
Can you?
That's a fight night?
That's a fight night.
Wow.
Oh my gosh.
That's a
Misha
40
Tate's only 34 years old.
43.
Yeah, Marion
Oh my
Renault's
God,
40.
Misha Tate's gonna murder.
Marion Renault is going to have her last fight. This is going to be her last fight against Misha Tate.
Misha Tate's gonna.
Misha Tate is only 34 years old. I thought she was older.
Islam Makhachev is going to mess this dude up.
I might like that for a betting card. That's
I
all I'm
like
saying.
Islam Makhachev
Jeremy
with-
Stevens is on the
with a what's that guy that we were talking about has a weird name that's 13-0. We were just talking about him. The guy that you guys like.
Shavkat Rakhmonov?
Yeah.
Oh,
Parlay.
you should be liking him
Yeah,
too.
you-
No, oh, I love him. He's my best friend. Him parlayed with Islam Makhachev.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I might
Yeah.
even throw Misha Tate on there. Like,
No, I'm going for the
I
sure.
got-
Yeah, I don't know if
Really?
I'll throw Misha Tate in
No.
there.
I
If you're
think-
having someone who's fighting their last fight
I'm-
ever against someone who hasn't fought in 5-6 years.
I'm
fighters
betting.
usually
I'm
fizzle out. at the
putting
end.
the hammer on the table. I'm going to bet
Hammer and the anvil.
10 units
10
10 units.
units.
on Islam Makhachev.
Anyway,
And
so
what's that guy's name again? What's that guy's name again?
Shavkat Rakhmonov.
Shavkat Rakhmonov. Yeah, parlay that guy with that guy. Boom.
Oh boy.
the week after that, we have Corey Sandhagen versus TJ Dillashaw is going to be happening. July
I think
24th.
I like
Or
TJ
Sandhagen
Dillashaw.
might win.
Yeah, I think Sandhagen's going to win. But I don't know. I think Dillashaw's going to win, but I think Sandhagen probably will win.
What?
Exactly. Brendan Allen's also fighting.
Dillashaw.
Good old Brandon
He's
Allen.
fighting Punahil Soriano.
Haven't heard of him.
No, never heard of him. He's
There's-
8-0 though.
There's some dudes who get advertising
Yeah.
more than others.
Brandon Allen.
Yeah.
I don't know. Do you
UFC
think his wrestling's
265. UFC 265 on August 7th, headlined by Amanda Nunes versus Juliana Pena.
Sean
She's just
Strickland
adding
versus-
one more name.
Just one. Yeah, no, she's already beaten Juliana Pena.
Yeah, she's just adding it again.
And then Uriah
to the
Hall
record.
versus Sean Strickland. I don't know how Uriah Hall is able to fight again after the fight he just had,
Yeah.
but I'm sure. I guess he just didn't get tired
Sean
or something.
Strickland
PTSD
by decision.
Central.
Sean Strickland by decision.
Yeah, I don't know. I think Uriah Hall can beat Sean Strickland.
Sean Strickland's on a
Uriah
tear,
Hall
though.
might be able to knock him out because Sean Strickland's chin is kind of wobbly. I don't know if I'd put my money on Sean Strickland. That's all I'm saying.
And then we got August 21st, fight night, headlined by
Nope.
Paulo
Nope.
Costa
Not anymore.
versus Jared Cannonier.
Not anymore.
What, did that get
Paul
canceled?
Yeah,
Paul
and-
Costa never signed a contract.
Kevin
Are you
Gastelum
sure?
took
Kevin
the fight.
Gastelum took the fight, so I actually like that. Kevin Gastelum versus Jared Kennedy.
Better fight. honestly.
Gastelum stepping in for Costa again?
Yeah.
He did the same thing against Robert Whittaker.
Yeah.
That's crazy. UFC 266, September 4th, headlined by Jan Blachowicz versus Glover Teixeira. That's all the events that we have lined up so far, according to Ultimate Fighting Championship on ESPN News.
Damn, that's a lot of fights.
It is. Yes, it is. And I think it's going to be – I think this
It's a
is such
lot
a
of
good
fights.
year for UFC. This is such a good year.
Oh yeah,
The
that's why they've scheduled fights early. That's why you can already see UFC 265.
Right.
You know, it's wild.
So we're going to take one more quick commercial break, and then you will hear all of our thoughts on the upcoming pay-per-view UFC 263, which we will be live streaming from 8 p.m. to 1 a.m. on everywhere you can watch this podcast here. That's
Hopefully,
Fans
not-
Only Sports YouTube,
1
Fans
a.m.
Only Sports Facebook, Naked Sports
Hopefully not.
YouTube, MMA Complete YouTube. Make sure you follow us on YouTube just MMA Complete Podcast on YouTube. So we will be right back. Thank you, everybody, for watching.
Oh yeah, we're back.
We're back. Boom, we're
You
live.
find one more fight, then that secures the deal.
I think we should take.
How about Cyril Gane over Alexander Volkov?
I got Volkov, but
Do you?
yeah,
I think
I
have Gane.
like
I think I
Volkov.
have Gane.
He is. Who did he just destroy?
Rosenstrike.
Yeah.
He didn't destroy him, but they went to a 5-round UD for
Yeah.
Gane.
Well, Rosenstrike got really gassed.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did.
I don't know. We're gonna have to go with Green, dude.
Yeah.
He's got. He's scared.
So UFC 263, our final thoughts. It's only 2 days away.
Yeah. All right, you said
We have been,
picking apart this shit for a while.
and I would say that I haven't been too much, but I think that you guys and Dylan have been overthinking this
Not at all.
because I'm totally going to probably be wrong because I'm saying this now, but I think that Adesanya wins without a doubt.
Oh, I 100% agree.
This weekend?
I 100%
Yeah.
agree.
All
I
right,
agree with
that's
Okay.
totally fair. That's your belief, and I think it's a possibility. But
It's a higher
coming out of
possibility.
here as a fan right now,
Yeah, and I'm totally hearing you out. Everything you're saying is making sense. Marvin Vettori gets him on the ground, it's going to be a fucking problem. And if he can
And-
do it, and his gas tank is
and
so
that
good,
Italian flag, baby.
and his gas tank is
Let's
so
see
good.
it, Garb. You should be cheering for Vidori. What you doing?
Fuck 'em.
This is how I think of it. This is how I think of it, right? Israel Adesanya was like 105-3 in his entire fighting career, 20-0 in the UFC,
Mhm.
and then he loses 2 fights in a row.
Yeah, that doesn't sound
No
right.
way. No way.
It's 21.
And I was 20. He's 20-1. And I was
He is 21.
the biggest proponent of him beating Blachowicz.
Yeah, you.
I thought
You
that
were
he
a
was going to
fan.
fuck up Blachowicz. Because I thought Blachowicz was a paper champ. I thought he got lucky beating Dominic Reyes and he didn't
Really?
belong there. That's what I thought. I absolutely thought that. I was on record saying that 2 months ago.
So,
Dominic Reyes
can
does
I-
have.
can I say something?
He did have a good fight.
I'm not sure how much beating Adesanya proves. Like that
For
may sound
Blachowicz?
stupid, but in the way it was done, his striking looked great. By the way,
Right, he stood with Adesanya.
yeah, he stood with him, but he was able to eat a lot more punches that if Adesanya was his weight,
Right.
would have fucking rocked. Yeah,
It's exactly what happened.
And that's not
exactly
his
what we
fault,
thought
but-
would happen.
Let's
Or
not
maybe-
get off track again. Glover Teixeira. Are you
I'm rooting
thinking-
Glover.
I
you,
think
you as well.
I've said that I think Glover's going to beat
Okay.
Blachowicz because I think Glover Teixeira has.
Not get off topic.
Okay.
Let's not get off.
All right. So where are we going next?
Where we left off?
Where does
Where do
Glover
we leave off? We don't want to get off topic.
Hey, I didn't want to get off topic.
Yo, welcome to Topic Complete Podcast.
Right.
Topic complete. Hey, we go
So
down
we were-
rabbit holes for like
so
20
we were-
minutes.
So we were talking about Adesanya and if we think that his last fight really determines
Yeah.
what's going to happen in this fight.
Yeah, that's fair to say it doesn't.
So here's something that I find interesting. Marvin Vettori's last 2 fights, right? Jack Hermanson and Kevin Holland. He
Yeah.
did go on the ground. He did take both of them down. However, he spent more time standing.
Yeah.
Granted, in the latter rounds, in the championship rounds of his main event fight with Kevin Holland, he took him down for the last 2 rounds, and that was basically it. But for the first 3 rounds, they stood a lot. And Marvin Vettori is going to have to. He cannot stand with Adesanya.
No.
He did last
He
time.
did last
He didn't
time.
win, but he didn't win.
Absolutely
It wasn't
not.
close.
Right.
He might have won round 3.
He's gonna get gassed out.
I don't think he will.
Yeah,
I don't
think
think
he
either
does.
of these guys will.
No, I think the volume and the pressure that Adesanya is going to put on him is just going to be too much in
Adesanya's
the
more
third round.
precision and speed when he does put
Yeah,
apply.
but he could catch him with the knee when he tries to.
6-inch reach advantage for the champ, by the way.
Yeah.
Wow.
Last time it looked kind of weird the way Vettori was having to punch up
But Vettori just beat Kevin Holland, who I'm pretty sure has a higher reach advantage.
and no
than
takedown defense.
Adesanya. That exactly.
And I don't even think he's as good of a striker as
I
Adesanya.
think
No,
Adesanya is
absolutely
just
not.
going to come in there and kick the shit out of him.
He might, man. He does not like him.
He,
He does
watch out
not
for
like
a
that
knee to
boy.
the head too. Knee to the head. Or
It's
he
so
could put him in
funny.
the clinch.
It's so funny to me that people. I think Adesanya's boxing is underrated because everybody goes to his kickboxing career and they're like, "Oh, his legs and his knees are so lethal," but no one talks about his boxing. Adesanya's jab is ridiculous. He can jab into an uppercut like no one else we've ever
Course
seen.
yeah,
screw
look at
uppercut.
what Paulo Costa is a perfect example.
Paulo Costa, man, the bigger you are, the harder you fall. Holy
Yeah.
fuck, that guy got dropped,
What a
and
hype
he has
he
never been the same.
Nope.
13-0, and now won't take a fight with anybody.
Yeah, he's being a bitch. He wants some money. And Dana said,
I think
Hey.
he wants an easy fight.
you might You might be pushing for it.
I would like to see Jared Cannonier fight again, though. A Jared Cannonier Paulo Costa fight would be really interesting to me.
Yeah, but you know what?
Really
I'll take
interesting.
Kevin Gastelum. That's a good slugfest right there.
I would love to see Kevin Gastelum versus Adesanya.
Here's the thing, right?
Adesanya's face.
If
after that
Kelvin
fight.
Gastelum wins a couple fights, he's just going to be matched up with Robert Whittaker again for the number one contendership.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah,
if Adesanya fights Whittaker, I think Whittaker wins that second fight.
Really?
Yeah, I do.
You just not Adesanya.
He's the only
I think he's badass.
I think Robert
His only
Whittaker.
loss is to Adesanya.
I think Robert Whittaker is. That's not true. His only loss recently is to Adesanya. Yes.
What is he? What is his? What? Who?
He lost to Ian Heinisch like 6 years ago, some shit like that, when he was young.
Yeah, when he was in a weight class before
Yeah.
he was in another
because
weight class.
he was welterweight.
Oh, so his only loss in this class is to Adesanya.
So I would say Robert Whittaker is better than Marvin Vettori.
Yeah, I'd say that.
I
too.
firmly believe that.
He's a way more well-rounded fighter.
I also do believe that Robert Whittaker wasn't prepared to fight Adesanya because he went 10 rounds with Yoel Romero, who was one of the best strikers at that time.
Yeah.
And then he fought Adesanya, who was the best striker of that time. It still is.
Dude, Yoel put him through hell.
But it's two completely different fighters
Mhm.
that both have a similar game plan.
Yeah.
Yoel Romero wants to pressure you and beat the shit out of you. Adesanya is looking for those 3 straight combos that will put you out. That's what he did to Whittaker.
Mhm.
Whittaker was
Catch you with that
Whittaker
question
was
mark
expecting volume of punches like Romero, and then Adesanya hit him in the chin, and it was over. And now Whittaker's fought Darren Till, Kelvin Gastelum. I'm missing one. Jared Cannonier.
Cannonier.
Derek Till's gonna be fighting soon too.
And August 14th.
Mm-hmm.
Derek Brunson, I believe.
Mm-hmm. It's a good fight.
So Whittaker has, I think Whittaker Adesanya 2 is one of the best fights we'll ever see.
In that
I
weight class.
really believe that because Whittaker, we want to talk about complete fighters. Whittaker's up there too.
Yeah, he is.
Whittaker's
I don't even know why I
there.
forgot him.
Yeah. Fuck though.
Like, another thing is, if Whittaker didn't get his legs fucked up, he might have beaten Adesanya the first time too.
Yeah, maybe.
Whittaker had 3 torn ACLs by the time he was 27.
Yeah.
One of them he tore in the middle of fighting Yoel Romero and still beat Yoel Romero.
Dude, Whittaker's tough. Of that.
Oh, he's
Bobby
so
Knuckles,
good.
man. Yeah,
Bobby Knuckles.
He's one of my favorite fighters that's active right now. He's
That
just
was
a cool
the
dude.
first fighter we bet on and made money on was Robert Whittaker.
Really?
Not the first one we won money on, but like when we
Oh,
saw
you
the
know who
card,
that guy is.
when we saw the card, we looked at
Ooh.
Whittaker. We were like, yeah, we're gonna bet on Whittaker, and that was the reason that we won.
Horst Whittaker.
He's got a head that's
Horst Whittaker.
almost as big as Chris Lieben's head.
That's funny.
He is what?
He's a head that's almost as big as Chris Lieben's was.
Yeah, he does have a chrome dome.
Well, since you're
Wonder
useful
what
in the
that's
UFC. Hey, Zach,
Maybe
you
I
could probably,
should
you could
go,
probably
yeah.
take a punch.
Yeah, for real.
Maybe.
I have a glass chin. I can't take anything. We're getting off topic with the Hellgarv.
Yeah, what the fuck, Garv?
Yeah, awesome.
I don't know. Like we've kind of beaten the dead horse already. Like,
Not really.
all right.
Figueiredo Moreno.
Okay.
How do you see that fight going down, Austin?
How I see that fight going down. Moreno, they're both going to come out swinging, I think. Swinging. Maybe a little hesitant for the first 30 seconds, but then they're going to start to get the feel again. They're going to be like, okay, I've been here before, getting the feel, getting a little antsy. Moreno might try and take him down. Might not be smart. I think a couple stuffs. Figueiredo is going to come in, clock him a couple of times. Moreno's going to clock him. Towards the end of the first round, Figueiredo is going to kind of like, I wouldn't say, I don't know what kind of punch, but I feel like he's going to hurt him. And then Moreno's going to try, because he did get gassed in that fight. That kick in the nuts, even though it did hurt, kind of helped him out and catching his breath wise. So I think Figueiredo's second round, end of the second round, TKO.
End of the second round.
I like that. I also think it's going to happen in the 2 to 3rd round. The 2nd to 3rd round, my apologies.
Yeah, Moreno's got that championship blood in him, dude. Like, he's going to be tough to break. And
I really think that Figueiredo being sick played such a role in him going the distance with Moreno, and he was being surprised by Moreno, like expecting to eat all you had to throw. really caught him off guard. And when I think they went for a takedown once in that fight, am I right?
There
And
was
then it was instantly back up, scrambled to the feet.
There was actually more takedowns than I remembered. Brandon Moreno was 4 of 8. Figueiredo was 2 of 4.
Wow. There was like no control time on the ground though.
3 minutes of control for Moreno. 1 minute for Figueiredo.
Wow. I don't even remember it. That's how good of a fight it was.
Yeah.
Dude, look at these stats. I'm going to read you out the strikes. Total strikes. Figueiredo, 147 for 248. 50%. Brandon Moreno, 139 for 256. 50%.
Wow.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that is.
Oh,
nuts.
that's not 50%. I was looking at takedown percentage. If you look at significant strikes, though, 5 more for Figueiredo and 8 more total strikes for Figueiredo. That's how close it was.
Wow.
Takedown defense was 50%, or takedown in general was 50% for both. Here's something I find interesting, though. If you look at leg kicks, Figueiredo was 10 for 12. Moreno was 1 for 1. Did not go for the legs of Figueiredo at all. That's interesting.
That is interesting.
Because if he pulls it in the second one, it's totally unexpected, and Figueiredo might not,
doesn't have as much power.
The thing about leg kicks are, we saw it for Poirier McGregor. If you land leg kicks early,
Yeah.
that fucks you up for the whole rest of the
whole
fight.
fight.
It's like landing repetitive body shots.
Right.
It saps your energy, makes you sluggish.
Yeah. Yeah.
You can't move quick on those legs to get out of the way. You're kind of fucked because you rely on those things. When you bob and weave,
Yeah.
just squatting.
Brandon
Bob and weave, go for takedowns, sprawl, anything.
Level change.
All right, so
Yeah.
here's something significant
move.
strikes, significant strike percentage to the head. Brandon Moreno, 89%. That means if you swung for Figueiredo's head, he was hitting 9 out of 10 shots.
That's nuts.
Moreno was hitting Figueiredo
Yes.
9 out of 10 times, huh?
Mhm. And then if you look at body percentage and leg percentage of significant strikes, Figueiredo has him completely.
That's so insane.
67% for Figueiredo
Mhm.
per head.
Mhm.
24% for body.
You can even go round by round. UFC.com, UFCstats.com, by the way, is what we're looking at. Round 1, completely even, 28 of 55 for 6 strikes. Round 2, 34 to 31 in favor of Figueiredo. Then rounds 3 and 4, Moreno won for significant strikes. 25 to 21 in round 3, and then 40 to 38 in round 4. Mind you, round 3 is where he got kicked in the balls.
Round 3.
Here's what I find interesting, though. Here's something that I find very interesting.
Yeah.
And to remind you, when I'm looking at these significant strikes per round, it doesn't tell me the takedowns at the same time. But Moreno goes from 55 strikes attempted to 53 to 53 to 65 in the 4th round, 22.
That's when he found a second wind
No, that's when he got gassed.
in the third
the
round.
fifth round,
in the
though?
third
Oh, the
round.
third round,
Yeah.
right. Yeah, after he got kicked in the balls, and he literally got to sit down for 5 minutes. You're going to get your
No,
win back.
that's the 5th round, dude.
Yeah,
Fifth
that's what I
round.
said.
Oh, I thought you said 4th.
No.
Yeah, 5th round, he only did 20.
5th round, he only threw 22 strikes and was 36% landed.
And Figueiredo, 16 of 29.
Right, so over 50%.
8 of 22. Ooh.
That was such a good fight.
It
It was
was.
such a great fight.
It literally it won fight of the year, right?
Yes, it did. No, it was second.
Yeah, it's a
It was fucking second. Not Ja- no.
Yeah, other one. Jang.
Yep, Jacek, Wiley Jang.
Yeah.
Yep.
Dude, only to be fucking lead left leg kick. Knockout versus Rose.
That was something else. That was crazy.
That was a good moment in the UFC for me.
That reel is still up on Instagram of that event because that was the event that like Weidman and
Broke the leg.
Masvidal and Namajunas. So we were jumping up and down. So if you go on Naked Sports Instagram, that's naked.sports on Instagram, you see the reel of us and it's like, oh! And then it cuts to another scene and we're like, oh my God.
Yeah.
And then again, oh, it's so great. It's awesome.
I remember eating a chip when I watched that leg break. It was oof.
What was the one?
Same
No,
sound.
Austin had the
Yeah.
best call. I can't remember who it was. Austin had the best call of any of those reels. He was like, we can all see it. Surely it's gonna happen. Like, as soon as he was saying it.
Yeah.
I can't remember what it was. It was,
Someone got knocked out.
I feel like it might have been Rose. I feel like it might have been Rose.
Yeah.
Those are the best moments.
Who is Rose going to fight next? Yeah, Rose Young Jacek?
No, Jacek has one fight I thought coming up that she was
Valentina Shevchenko.
No.
Go for
no,
it,
I don't
please.
think so.
Go for the double.
Imagine a Rose
for
goes
it.
for a double champ.
Go do
dude.
it.
Well, I'd like to see that because
Rose versus Shevchenko.
Dude, he's so sick.
I don't want to see
Rose
that.
is a
I don't
little
want to see
shorter.
that. Shevchenko's gonna fuck up Rose.
Yeah.
I want to see that so bad.
Yeah, Rose would have to gain weight.
Yeah, Rose, but Rose could own her division for a while now.
Yeah, I think young Jacek can beat Rose.
I think
Go for the double.
I don't think she does though.
Well, Rose has already beaten her twice.
Do it again.
She's got to beat somebody else right now.
Right.
And wait, just speculation, but they wanted to get
We got
Wiley
enough topic.
Zhang versus Joanna Jacek.
Again?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would like to see that happen for the number one contender.
Yeah.
But then again, like, does Wiley Zhang just deserve a fucking title shot? Maybe.
And
That's the Stipe scenario.
How long did she have the belt though? How many wins?
Well, she had a 6-month suspension after the young Jacek fight. Or like she didn't even fight for a year, really.
Forced medical thing.
She didn't fight for a year. So she probably had the belt for like two and a half years.
Yeah, but I'm talking
Rose?
I'm talking
No,
fights.
Wiley Zhang.
Wiley Zhang.
How many
Two.
fights?
Two, maybe 3.
That rematch is gonna be good.
That is going to be a good rematch.
I think that's the next fight. I think it's the rematch.
What?
Rose.
Rose and Zhang? But I could see Zhang Young Jacek just because the
Yeah.
money that it'll pull.
Yeah, absolutely agree. I agree with you. Can we talk about the prelims a little bit, like Carlos Felipe and stuff like that?
Sure.
If you want to, do you know anything? You know something about Carlos Felipe, don't you?
Yeah. Carlos
Yeah.
Felipe beat our boy from Durfee,
Yeah.
Jorgen De Castro.
Yeah.
Now this fight, numbers wise, it's a very even fight. You might want to sprinkle on the underdog, Jake Collier, because he's really good at striking.
Jake Collier has a 3.5-inch reach advantage.
More experience too. I think this is
6 years older.
I think this is Jake Collier's fight.
So the weights are never definitive on this website. But right here says Jake Collier comes in at 230, Carlos Felipe at 245. When Felipe did fight De Castro, I remember him being closer to 260.
Now that I'm
No,
remembering,
he was fat, I thought.
Yeah.
Like I thought he was just a chunky dude. He
Yeah.
absolutely beat the shit out of De Castro though.
dude, he was so fast.
Chase
that might be
Hooper-
his fight.
Chase Hooper's fighting. That's cool.
I'm
Yeah.
looking forward to that, and I want to see.
21.
Second youngest person.
He's
in
21
MMA.
years old.
Yeah.
That's good.
Second youngest person in the UFC.
How long has it been since? Sorry, Austin. How long has it been since his last fight?
I don't think he fought in 2020.
No,
did
he won it by Imanari.
Yeah.
He won an Imanari roll.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
was hurt, dude. He was hurt.
Peter Barrett.
Yeah,
That's right.
that Pete Barrett used to train under Joe Lauzon. He's only a blue belt in jiu-jitsu.
His only loss is to Alex
Chase
Caceres.
No.
That's a good loss to have. His only loss at 20 years old is to Alex Caceres.
Yeah. Chase Hooper has also been practicing his striking, and he's now training in none other than Wonder Boy Thompson's camp.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. So that is also I think that helps him out tremendously, and because his ground games, he won by Umanaro. I'm not saying nothing, but his ground game is good enough for the UFC, and I think if he does just work on his striking, I mean, it's going to take some time. He needs to keep going and practicing at Wonder Boy's camp for, I think, maybe like 6-8 months. And I think he's an up and comer for sure.
By the time he's 25,
And
I can
Dana
see
White
him
wants him
contending
to
for the
win.
belt.
Yeah, Dana White wants this kid to win. He don't want him to lose. He's already a big name for how young he is.
Yeah, he's got a long way to go, though.
Oh, yeah, definitely. But I think this is a fight that he wins. Steven Peterson hasn't fought in 2 years, and it's always because of injury towards ACL. And then he had surgery in Brazil. And then it wasn't healing right. He went back to a different doctor in Brazil, and the surgery was messed up. They did something wrong with the surgery. It was it fucked up his ACL even more. So they had to correct it again. So he's been just rehabilitating. Then he tore something in his arm. He has an elbow ligament problem in his punching arm. So I think this guy's gonna fucking lose.
Beaten up, dude.
Right?
Yeah, that's a laundry list.
That
Right?
is a very bad list to have.
So
as a
I
fighter.
think Chase Hooper could actually win by TKO, and his first win by TKO
I
might be
hope
against this
so.
guy.
I don't know how fast he can improve his striking in 8 months, but
No, he hasn't been going there 6 to 8 months. That's what I mean. So I don't think it's gonna be anything crazy. But I do like Chase Hooper by TKO because I don't think this guy can really protect himself. He's fucking beat up.
There's a couple interesting fights on the prelims. Lauren Murphy, Joanne Calderwood's going to be a really good fight. Joanne Calderwood, I believe, has won her last 2 fights.
She lost her last fight?
No. Oh, she lost to Jennifer Maia, but she did just beat Jessica Eye. Lauren Murphy definitely won her last fight. Can't remember who it was against.
It was good though. We watched it.
Oh
her
yeah,
last 3?
Shakirova.
She won her last 3?
She did win her last 3 fights.
Was it remake?
Andrea Lee?
4. She won her last 4 fights.
I like Lauren Murphy here, dude. I really do.
I have her for a pick.
Joanne
Make sure you
Calderwood.
tweet some of it. Maybe tweet like half out and then tweet half out another time.
Nah, half of these are just
All right, then don't.
extreme base covering.
Joanne Calderwood is bigger, I'm pretty sure. Oh, who am I thinking of? It's not Calderwood. I'm thinking of Chukagian. I always get those mixed up.
Yeah,
Lauren Murphy actually has an 1.5-inch reach advantage.
Well, boys, I picked a lot of Marvin Vettori.
I don't know why, man. I don't know why.
Oh, if he wins, you're gonna be so gassed.
Oh, I'll be piping.
Drew Dober versus Brad Riddell also is a good one.
Easy.
Drew Dober versus Brad Riddell is also a really good fight. Drew Dober just recently broke into the ranked fighters of the lightweight division, which is not easy to do.
Yeah, I like Drew
And
Dober in this
I'm
fight.
pretty sure this is his first defense while in the rankings. He's fighting Brad Riddell, who's 9-1. Riddell, 3 years younger with an inch reach advantage.
Yeah, I think Drew Dober's up and coming. I think this Brad Riddell is just another guy with a low win-loss ratio, and I think Drew Dober's going to smack him into a next universe. So.
Well, he has
Yeah.
a high win loss.
Not too long ago, that
Well,
was
yeah, like 9-1. Like, there's a lot of people like
Right.
that are 9-1 now. Like, it ain't nothing fucking special.
Brad Riddell, a purple belt in BJJ. It just says on his Google page.
Cool. This guy's gonna
And
punch him.
Drew Dober's a brown belt.
wow.
Oh, better.
Yeah, the brown belt's higher, right?
Yeah. Want to know who I really can't wait to see fight soon, but who knows when because of that broken ad? Bryce Mitchell. I am riding that
Yeah,
guy
dude,
to
it's
the
been a
fucking
while.
grave. Bryce Mitchell, unless he fights somebody like an Islam Makhachev, that guy's jiu-jitsu is and his grappling next fucking level. Like, he must have watched Khabib and been like, I want to do that, because that's all he did to Andre Fili.
Yeah, he just couldn't get the submission because his hand was
He
broken.
literally broke his hand on Andre's face.
Yeah. No, I remember that. That was the night of Anderson Silva versus Uriah Hall.
Yeah, that was sad. His last fight should have been against Adesanya.
Yeah, he got pieced up.
He fought again. He fought
Nico Price.
it's not Bellator, I don't think.
Nico Price.
One? Was it?
It wasn't one, no. It might have been fucking Strikeforce.
No, wasn't it UFC?
Huh?
It was a. Oh wait, no, that was Donald Cerrone. Draw. Never mind.
I hope Donald can get one more fight.
Anderson Silva's 34-11. That's bananas.
All it took was that leg break.
That's
In his last 9 fights, he has 1 win.
so bad, man.
It was
Sad.
Derek Brunson.
It's so bad, man.
It's a good win, but like sad at the same time.
Just
you know?
these names. Like, look at that fucking
Look at
win
that
streak.
list.
He
Oh
was-
my God.
He was
Unanimous.
Chris Lieben, Rich Franklin, Travis Luter, Nate Marquardt,
Why-
Rich Franklin again, Dan Henderson, James Irvin, Patrick Cote, Talis Latis,
Chael
Forrest
Sonnen.
Griffin, Damian Maya, Chael Sonnen, Vitor Belfort, Yushin Okami, Chael Sonnen again, Stephen Bonner.
Dude.
He's one of the
God.
greatest all-around fighters. We didn't say his name.
Well, because he's not a great wrestler.
Yeah,
He
had
might
good
be one of
jiu-jitsu.
the greatest stand-up fighters I've ever seen.
Spider.
The Spider.
Yeah, and it's really sad what happened to that career.
Yeah.
But that's just what
Hey,
happens
you know
when
what?
you push
He made
it
a
too far.
shit ton of money, though.
Yeah.
These 8 fights that he lost, these 9 fights he lost almost all of, he probably made just as much money as the 16 fights he won. Because it was towards the back half of his career when UFC was making more money.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Good for him. You know, Anderson Silva was definitely the GOAT of our youth, though.
Absolutely. It was.
Except for GSP.
I was
but-
gonna say GSP too, yeah. But Anderson Silva was still like, it's different
Chuck Liddell,
because
too.
knowing now,
Chuck
know
Liddell.
more about it. Chuck Liddell, yeah, But Chuck Liddell's prime was nowhere
Big
near Anderson
name,
Silva.
big name.
Like GSP was undefeated for like 6 years. Anderson Silva was undefeated for 9 years, 10 years, and Liddell was undefeated for like 3 years, 3 years.
Yeah, Liddell got put away.
Rashad Evans knocked him the fuck
yeah.
out, and it was like, oh, okay, all right. Rashad Evans is one of the most underrated. When we were coming up, he was one of the guys up there too.
Didn't he fucking put away Rampage, or did Rampage come up through Rashad?
No, Rashad knocked out Rampage.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were buddies and Rashad.
The Ultimate Fighter. No, he didn't knock him out. He was decision because John Jones was the first one to stop Rampage.
Rampage
crazy
Jackson was a badass
Isn't
too.
it crazy that when we were like kids first watching the UFC, John Jones was like the young guy that has next.
Yeah.
No, dude, I remember my
still has next.
I remember my dad saying, he was like, "There's no way." He must have had money on Rampage because he's like, "There's no way Rampage is losing this fight." And I remember watching it, and he fucking lost, and I was like, "Whoa!" I was like,
Sorry.
you're dead wrong." Fucking John Jones, man.
Yeah. John Jones record. That must be fun to look at.
It's
For
literally
him, if you're John
it's-
Jones.
It's just all green.
And then Matt Hughes.
Yeah.
And Daniel Cormier was another no contest.
It was? Oh, yeah, because of drugs, right?
Yeah, the second one. That's a lot of green right there.
That's a lot of good green, too.
It's a lot of good green.
Wow.
Andre Guzmão, Stephan Bonner,
Oh, Matt Hamill.
Vladimir
Not Matt Hughes.
Matyushenko, Ryan Bader, Shogun, Rampage, Lyoto, Rashad, Vitor, Chael, Gustafson, Glover, Cormier,
Oh
St.
my
Preux,
God.
Cormier again, Gustafson again, Anthony Smith, Thiago Santos.
Dude,
Dominic
his
Reyes.
list is insane.
So insane.
Yeah.
It's so much more difficult than
He's got a GOAT
Anderson
list, that's for
Silva's.
sure.
Like, it's the
And he
I don't
knocked
know.
talent,
and he knocked Daniel Cormier silly.
the talent
Silly.
and the Hall of Famers that he's faced. Wow.
They're all for the belt. They are all. This guy
Yeah.
has not had a fight that has not been for a belt in 10 years.
It's 13.
10 years.
I know. It's crazy.
Oh my God.
Hey, he should fight Stipe, I think, before he fights Ngannou.
Nah, I think Stipe
Dude, John
deserves
Jones
his
said
rubber match.
John Jones said he's gonna take another year off.
Yeah, they're both taking a year off, which is what sucks.
Who?
But
Who's both?
Stipe,
Stipe's
to
taking a
put-
year off?
yeah, he's gonna put on 20 pounds. Because if he can't,
He needs a year to put on 20 pounds.
Dude,
that 20.
if he wants good weight
A
and to
normal-
get adjusted to it, I couldn't put 20 pounds on.
Isn't
wanna-
it like 2
so
years?
you want to see
You need
Stipe?
like a year and a half?
You think Stipe's gonna come in at 260?
No, 250. He weighed in at like
He was 235 last time,
So
yeah.
he says around 20.
Oh God, Stipe at 260 would be ridiculous. If he actually has muscle on him, he comes in there look like he's like almost skinny.
Yeah, he does look kind of skinny for a heavyweight.
Ngannou still fucks him up. I don't care.
I don't think so if he's got the weight.
For the look, for
Ngannou
for
is
everything
still-
that's holy, can Stipe just get a haircut before he fucking comes in
Yes.
his
For
next
real.
fight?
For real.
Can he just have a
That shit
haircut?
was
Stop wearing
literally-
the backwards hat into the ring so it starts flopping around like a peacock.
You saw him get knocked out and the hair just went
Yeah.
whipped him in the eyes.
Oh my God. Just
That
let
left
it
hook,
go.
I watched that fight again.
Multiple times.
Ngannou Miocic. That left hook barely touched him too. Knocked him out cold because he was trying to rush in.
Yeah. Well, he actually rocked Ngannou there.
Yeah, he did.
You saw
yeah.
it. And then he went, oh boy.
And then he started to run in.
He's
And
like,
Ngannou
oh, shit, I
literally
got a
just
chance. I got an actual
That was it.
chance.
That was it.
Can't get excited in the ring.
No, and that's why I think John Jones speaks in Ngannou because John Jones is
I
gonna be
think-
calm,
I
cool,
think-
collected.
John Jones gets knocked the fuck out. That's what I think.
Nope.
You also think
That's what I think.
Vittori's gonna be Adesanya. so-
Right.
I got
Exactly.
all I'm saying is
So
You
if Vittori
guys-
beats Adesanya, if
haven't been
Vittori,
exactly right all the time either.
oh, you're damn right. If Vittori beats Adesanya,
Oh, I'm not.
Hey, I'll bow
I'm
down.
betting
you.
Ngannou beats John Jones. That's what it is.
I'll literally just flex on it. like that.
What now, motherfucker?
You guys just gonna
Oh, are you guys gonna finish the podcast? I'm going to the bank.
yeah
Fuck
screw all you yeah.
Go Italy.
Hey Zach,
Hey,
you
hey.
want your money back? Pocket change.
Yeah, right. Go Italy. Gets a fucking Italian flag, starts
Yeah,
waving it around and shit.
He's got one.
Nah, I
Nice,
gotta
you got the American one.
Rhode Island.
Hey,
flag.
why know what? Yeah, I'll tell you after. Never mind.
Fair enough.
Who else is on this card, Zachary?
I thought you said Jacare. I'm like,
It's
his
about
arm's
it.
fucking
It's
gone.
We've talked about all the fights.
Leon
Edwards, Nate Diaz is the one most intriguing.
Is there another fight on the main card, or is it just 4 fights?
It's 5.
Go down.
It's that 5 right there.
Oh, it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, yeah, Paul Craig, man.
Paul Craig.
I
like Paul Craig.
I do too, but I think that
Yeah, Jamal.
It's probably not going to happen. But
I'm not even too impressed with Jamal Hill. I just think Paul Craig is one of those guys. He just can't grab that brass ring. You know, he beats bad people, and then when he fights good people, he might have a good showing every now and then. But
yeah, he beat Magomed Ankalaev. He did. I almost said Magomed. Sure,
it is Magomed.
No, it's Magomed. Is it?
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is it?
Magomed.
Is it Muhammad Ankalaev?
Magomed.
No, I think it's Muhammad Ankalaev.
It's Magomed.
It's Magomed. It's
Is it?
Magomed, yeah.
Whatever, man.
Magomed.
They're always the same
Ion
shit.
Kudalaba such Tanner Bozer.
Tanner
Again.
Bozer sucks.
He says he wants to fight soon as possible because he wants out of the
Dude,
UFC.
I can't believe
He said that?
Yeah.
I can't believe I didn't bet on that.
I know.
Tanner Bozer was the heavy favorite.
Who was he fighting?
Ilir Latifi.
Why does he want out of the UFC as soon?
And
Because he
said-
wants to fight shit people again.
No, because he says that the judging in the UFC sucks and the split decisions are.
He did get 2 split decision losses.
Yeah, but he sucked in the first one. I didn't see the second.
No,
The first one was close against Arlovsky. It was close.
Nah, he picked him apart.
No, it was close. I mean, I believe
Moreno
Arlovsky won rightfully so, but I'm sure Bozer doesn't think that way. But it was arguable, definitely.
yeah. So
Yeah.
after looking at those
Yeah.
stats, yeah. That's gonna be a merge thing. Yeah. Davison, Figueiredo, and Moreno. After looking at those stats, do you feel a little different about Moreno's performance? Because I do.
I knew that
was-
Brandon Moreno did really well.
Yeah, but you didn't.
I think it comes down to a couple things. One, because I've said that
Forte times.
Figueiredo's going to win
14
by decision. I think Moreno gasses out. And I think that Figueiredo sparked him in the 3rd round last time, and that's why Moreno won one of the rounds 3 and 4.
Got a 5-minute breather.
Yeah, I think if that didn't happen, I think Figueiredo would have taken 3, 4, and 5. And I think we'll see that again. So if Moreno wins round 1, which I wouldn't be surprised. You said that you think they're going to start slow for 30 seconds and then go ham. I think they're going to be slow for the first round. I think we're going to see not a lot of strikes for the first round. And then it's going to pick up second round. Moreno might win the second round. And then I think 3, 4, and 5 is all Figueiredo.
So you think decision?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I definitely do.
I think Figueiredo by TKO. That's why. Do you feel any different? Because
No, I still got Figueiredo TKO. But that is some badass stats right there. I've never seen anything
yeah,
like
no,
it.
that was some good stats. I would like to see some stats on Nate Diaz, honestly.
I can pull up those stats
Dude,
for any
Look up
fight.
Nate Diaz's record, Zach. He has a fight fucking record.
Yeah, dude. I just
Yeah, but he loses to most of the
look
good
up
people
Leon
he's fought too.
Edwards, right? Because after Nate Diaz, wow, he hasn't fought in a minute, man.
Yeah, he hasn't. Well, a year and a half.
He has been active since 20. He's only done like 2 fights a year.
Well, because he got paid to fight Connor for both times, and then he got paid to fight Masvidal.
Yeah, he's not really.
He got shit on by Masvidal, huh?
Not shit on. He was getting beaten though.
Yeah,
and then
he did
he
get
cut
It was
his
a
eye.
doctor stop.
He cut his eye, but who knows what it would have meant.
Yeah,
in
but
the later
Masvidal
rounds.
had 70 more strikes
Hey,
landed,
I would
2 knockdowns, and a takedown.
Leon Edwards by TKO KO. Interesting.
Mhm.
Just saying. If you want better numbers, because he's like what? Like
minus
fucking
5,
minus
something.
5 units. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? So what?
Units.
Yeah, he is. He's minus 5 units. So yeah, I might bet. I might bet on Leon Edwards by TKO. Might have to do it. Might do a sprinkle. A little sprinkle.
I'm definitely
Some
putting.
jimmies,
I'm
you know?
definitely sprinkling a little bit on Nate Diaz.
Doing a little sprinkle.
Yo, where the thing to join?
You can subscribe on YouTube. It's right under the recorder.
Mm-hmm.
And
Right under the
subscribe.
it's MMA Complete Podcast channel. I think you're on it if you're watching this.
MMA Complete. No, I think
but
he's.
the better thing to follow is Twitter.
Twitch.
At complete
YouTube.
_MMA.
The
At
better
complete
thing.
_MMA.
Twitter
Follow
is
us
where
on
the juice
Twitter.
is at. Twitter is everywhere.
Anything really. If you feel like
um,
subscribing to our
that is-
channels, we're on Facebook. We're on Spotify, right? Are we on Spotify?
We have stuff on Spotify. We haven't uploaded to Spotify in a long time.
Okay, so-
since we started live streaming, we haven't uploaded to Spotify.
Scratch Spotify for now.
Right, but you can still go follow us.
He just left. He's like, fuck.
He's like, fuck
Bye.
these losers.
Right.
Yeah, Nate, go back to the stats because you're on the stats. I mean,
Jorge kind of fucked them up.
yeah, 69%.
This is
Why
just
did
me
my
as
man-
a kid, just like Nate Diaz, dude.
Yeah,
Joe
Right.
Rogan podcast all day, all night.
yeah.
Or was that his brother Nick?
Now,
No, that was
Nate.
how do you see Nate Diaz winning? Because submission is interesting.
No, it was
too.
Nick. I think
It was Nick. That was Nick.
I think it
That
was
was
Nick.
Nick Diaz.
Was Nick.
It was Nick.
Joe Rogan podcast by night, all day.
All night. That was the intro for the JRE
Yeah, it
for
was,
so
yeah.
long.
It still is.
It is?
It
Again?
Still is.
Yeah.
You know, I
Swear
haven't
to
tuned
God.
in lately for the new ones.
It's never changed. God,
I
I'm messing.
don't know, man. I haven't heard it.
Leon Edwards has a decent, but they're against nobodies. They're all against nobodies.
Like Khabib's entire career.
Vicente Luque, somebody.
Yeah, that was Vicente Luque 4 years ago.
Donald Cerrone, somebody.
4 years ago, he
Cerrone's
was
good.
better.
Cerrone's good. Dos Anjos is good.
He faced Kamaru Usman.
Gunnar
lost.
Nelson's okay.
Kamaru Usman 48-26. That's not a lot of strikes. I'd be interested to see Leon Edwards versus Kamaru Usman. I think that fight.
I'd like to see Leon Edwards versus Jorge.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
I'd like to see Leon Edwards
that beef
versus.
3-piece with the soda.
Do you think that Leon should get the title shot if he beats Diaz?
No.
I think Kobe deserves it first.
Kobe absolutely.
Yeah,
gets the
how
title shot.
didn't we talk about that yet?
Oh my god.
That fight's confirmed.
Well,
right?
we talked about.
That-
No, it's not confirmed
No,
yet. But
but-
Dana has
Fuck.
come out and said that Kobe Covington will get the next shot at the title.
Yep.
That's what Dana
They're
said.
just working out the numbers right now. But Kobe, that fight is going
Well,
to be
because the fucking
so good.
when they fought the second time, Masvidal Usman, Kobe was in the crowd and he was talking all this shit about how he's a wannabe and he's a fucking backup fighter and he's
Yeah.
talking about how he was chilling with his ex-wife the other day and
He was
Kobe's
literally
just-
doing it.
Kobe just is such a fucking hype train. Not a hype train, but like
Shit talker.
shit talker is one way
Trash
to describe
talker?
it. He's eclipsed shit talker by now.
Yeah.
He's a troll. He is.
Dude, if he gets the
But
belt,
that's
He's
what
an
he had.
entertainer.
That's what he had to become.
He's an entertainer.
Because if you heard the reason why he
Yeah,
actually,
he almost-
he was going to get cut.
he was like
in the
6-0
UFC.
and he was gonna get cut.
He used to be a
That's
really
fucked
nice
up.
guy in the UFC.
that's fucked up.
He even apparently like he even still is a nice guy. Just when the cameras turn on, he's like that.
Yeah, makes total sense.
Fuck it. Making your money. You're one of the baddest men on the fucking planet. You were probably the closest person to beating Kamaru Usman. I firmly believe that. Besides Gilbert Burns, who rocked him one time.
Remember when what we had for peak shit talkers was Tito Ortiz. Those were bad days for the UFC.
Tito Ortiz was the bad guy.
Yeah,
No,
And he
Chael
couldn't-
Sonnen.
Chael Sonnen.
Chael Sonnen
literally-
was like 5 years later, though.
and when he had a conference before their fight, I think it might have been in Bellator, might have been UFC, but he just destroyed him. He fucking destroyed Tito Ortiz.
Anderson Silva, you absolutely suck.
Suck.
They're
There's
gonna
a-
fight this guy who comes from some poor ass village in Brazil of all
He-
places.
Literally-
said. That's what he
Yeah, no,
said.
he did that. He did that, and he literally told everybody that they didn't have computers.
Bro,
That
and
the
then he
Nogueira brothers thought a bus was a horse.
Yeah.
The dude has a compilation of shitting on Brazil.
Anderson Silva got beat up by Chael Sonnen for 23 minutes.
the miracle triangle.
The miracle triangle.
Almost beat him.
Almost had that belt, man.
Chael Sonnen, they fought, and him and Anderson Silva fought twice. 4.5 rounds. Chael Sonnen beat up Anderson Silva, took him down, ground and pounded him for 4.5 rounds. In the last 2. And then in the second fight, Anderson Silva fucks up Chael.
Yeah.
Tell him the reason he tapped in the 5th round. It kind of brings us to
All right.
just this. Right?
All right, we're back. Yeah, I purposely have the background on that. All right, we're back, but we're an hour and a half in, so I'm going to go ahead and say we're all set.
No, you know.
What you gonna say?
Yeah, I'm
No,
good.
I'm good.
All right, so thank everybody for tuning in.
Guess
Make
what,
sure you
work
tune in
tomorrow.
on Saturday when we go live from 8 p.m. to 1 p.m. for UFC 263, as we do for all pay-per-views.
Yep.
Go follow Naked Sports on YouTube. That's Naked Sports, no space. Go follow Fans Only Sports on Facebook and YouTube. Go follow MMA Complete Podcast on YouTube and @Complete MMA, @Complete_MMA on Twitter. Make sure you tune in for our UFC live stream because we love to have. We had a really great turnout last time, as we have been for the last couple pay-per-views. So we hope everybody tunes in for that again.
Ain't gonna be in Boston, but
Ain't gonna be in Boston, but it's gonna be a good time. We're probably gonna lose some money. We're gonna win some money. So ups and downs every time.
Emotions, whirlwinds.
Entertaining.
Vittori, hey.
If Vittori wins, I'm a flex.
8:00 p.m. Saturday, June 12th for UFC 263 live reactions. We have great play-by-play. You'll be able to tell everything that's going on. You don't even have to pay for the pay-per-view. That's what we're here for.
Free commentary by us.
Tune in, and it should be a great time.
Make bets and sweat it out with us. But Jesus
Absolutely.
Christ
If you make bets, make sure you tune into our stream so you can tell us what you're betting on,
tune
so we
into
can all
our
talk
Twitter
about
too. Our Twitter, we'll have all our picks for our bets. We'll be posting them.
Absolutely. So thank everybody for tuning in. We're out of here. We will see you 2 days from now, and then every Thursday night at 8 p.m. Thank you, everybody. Have a good night.